Are you tired of constantly wiping off those greasy old-school audio faders? Well, fear not, because in this video we're diving into the modern age of audio control. We'll be showing you how to ditch those clunky faders and switch to something much more sleek and efficient. Your smartphone or tablet. So sit back, unwind, and let's explore the wonderful world of audio control in the 21st century. Hey, what's jamming, my peeps? So how did this story begin? Well, I saw a YouTube video where this one genius cinematic composer, Mark Giovanni, link in the D, said that to get a realistic, organic, classical string sound, you should have at least 2 faders for automation, or preferably 3. So there I was, a pop producer looking to take my string game to the next level. But as soon as I started looking for faders, my wallet practically started sobbing. I mean, we're talking upwards of $100 for something that looked like it was from the Stone Age. And let's be real, if I'm going to spend my hard-earned cash on gear, it better be easy on the eyes. Am I right? But then a miracle happened. After scrolling through the endless abyss that is the internet, I stumbled upon a holy grail of control surfaces. TouchOSC. It was like clouds parted and heavens were singing. And the best part, it fit right in my minimalist studio vibes. No more clutter, just pure creative peace. So what is TouchOSC? Hey, let me explain it to you in layman's terms. TouchOSC is like having a superpower in the palm of your hand. This app runs on your trusty smartphone or tablet, and it sends MIDI and special OSC messages to your computer using your network or a USB connection. And the best part? It's compatible with basically every device out there. I'm talking macOS, Windows, Linux, Android, and iOS. So if you're like me, and you have a tablet glued to your studio desk 24/7, well, then this is going to be a game changer. And the best thing, it has a pretty low latency, even when using through the wireless mode, like I do usually. Now, at first I was skeptical. I thought, could an app really replace a good old analog fader? But let me tell you, it's even better. So this is how I set up my TouchOSC. I have 3 tabs. One for faders to control the strings in the classical instruments. Well, I don't want to get demonetized. Actually, I haven't been even monetized yet. So this is how I have set up my TouchOSC. I have 3 tabs. One for faders to control the classical strings and all the other instruments. One for software instruments. I'm using the XY pads there. And the third one for effects with faders, XY pads, and tappable pads. It's like having an army of conductors, piloting a sonic spaceship and a secret arsenal of sounds and effects at my fingertips. Overall, TouchOSC is a game-changing tool, for me at least, and I really love using it. Alright, let's take a look at TouchOSC. So basically these are the faders here. You can program them to whatever you like, and you can make them the size you like as well. For example, I try to make these to kind of have a long travel and to be kind of nuanced for classical stuff. Also, you can check out this free classical string contact instrument. It sounds really good, and it's free. So basically, what I've done, I've assigned this one to dynamics, this one to expression, and this one to tremolo. So basically, these 3 control the strings. It sounds like this. So you can get a lot of expression, a lot of different nuances just from those 3 faders. So let's try putting some strings on a beat. I guess I'll keep just the first half. Maybe loop the first half of the first half and loop it. So basically what I've done here is I've created 3 pages: faders, instruments, and effects. So faders have 2 packs of 3 faders that you can assign to whatever you like. So we have a full page full of faders. On the instruments page, there are 3 XY pads that you can assign to whatever you like. You can assign any of the parameters to any of the knobs or settings in the synth. It also has a mod wheel and a pitch shift that jumps back and forth. And the third page, the effects page, has 2 XY pads for effects and 3 faders also for effects. Actually 4 faders. This long one also is a fader. And some pads if you like to use them to turn some effects on and off, or basically for other automation. So let's try out the effects pad. Here I have set it to control this movement plugin. As you can see, as I turn this XY pad, it controls the XY of this plugin. But you can set it to any of the parameters. So let's automate it. And basically you have an written automation already. If you play a sound, you can just move this and it will follow all the animations of the patch. As you can see, it's very handy and very kind of intuitive. What do you get? You turn your iPad into a useful studio tool by having lots of automation control, and it's all wireless. You can sit in the couch and automate this. Also, another fun thing for the instruments page is that if you have a keyboard without a pitch wheel or mod wheel, then you can use these. Well, your imagination is the limit because you can do so many things with this. How you assign the controls is the same how you assign the controls to a hardware unit. For example, you just take a knob, you just move it, click on learn, and then you will see no message received here. And now it's learned. And it's controlling this. Turn off the learn mode, and it's saved. It's the same way as you would use any other hardware controller. Also, what I really like is the feel of the faders. It just feels right. It feels effortless, it slides. You get really used to this. So if you're feeling adventurous and want to create your own custom layout in TouchOSC, I've got you covered. I'll walk you through the software and give you some tips and tricks to get you started. But let's be real, sometimes you just don't have the time or the energy for all that. That's where my store comes in. Handy. Just for $5, you can snag my custom layout with those pretty colors and save yourself an hour of tinkering. Plus, you'll be supporting my channel, and who doesn't want to do that, huh? I'll leave a link down in the description. So editing your TouchOSC templates on your phone or tablet can be a bit of a pain in the you-know-what because of the touch interface and the smaller screen. But fear not, my fellow music makers, because there's a solution. You can actually create your own templates using the desktop software and then import them onto your device. Genius, right? Let's dive in and take a closer look now at how it's done. So let's take a look how you can get the desktop version of TouchOSC to create your own patches. So you have to go to hexler.net/TouchOSC and you'll arrive here. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and here you can download the desktop versions for Mac, Windows or Linux. I have already downloaded it, so let's launch it. So if you haven't bought a license, it will prompt that you're using an unregistered copy, but it still allows you to edit and do everything. It's the same kind of layout as the TouchOSC app, and you can create any kind of control surface. The most used for me would be like the fader. You can use the fader and place it wherever. You can change the color, any color you like, and various other kind of settings, like the corners, the indents, and lots of other stuff. Also, what I like is the XY pad. These ones are really cool. So, for example, if you want to change what MIDI messages are sent when you're using control element here, you click on the element, and then you scroll down, and under MIDI messages, you have to choose the type of control change, then the channel through which the MIDI will be sent, and the MIDI CC. So since the controller is set to 11 here, it means it will send MIDI CC11 messages. As you can see, this is MIDI CC2, this is MIDI CC1. There are lots of parameters you can play around with, and I'm just scratching the surface basically, but you can create whatever combinations you like. You can also copy an element. Just select the element you want to copy, and up here there's a button of copy, and just paste it, and there will be a copy of it. You can paste it on any of the pages or anywhere you like. Resize it and just adjust, for example, the values. In the document tree menu, you can create and change the pages. You can see here I've created 3 pages, but you can create basically as many as you like for all your needs or for each of your software instrument or whatever you want. Another fun thing you can do is create pitch wheels. I was searching a lot till I found this, but basically what you can do, you can copy these settings. You create a slider, basically, a fader, and then just copy these settings. Put it to pitch band, the value, the scale, everything here, and you'll have yourself a pitch wheel. So when you're finished creating your own custom legendary control surface, just save it and transfer the file to your tablet and open it through the app from the tablet. On the tablet it will look like this, so press this button, and then there's this box with an up arrow pointing. Press that one, and then down here you can press import, and then you can open up the file on the device. There are also some great presets that come with the app, but I didn't find them quite useful for me. For my use case, your mileage may vary. There are many ways you can connect this to your computer. I'm using the wireless method, and this icon of link chains, you can choose which type of connection you want. I'm just using a network session for my Mac. It has a MIDI network thing. So if you're using a Mac and want to connect it the way I do, go to Audio MIDI Setup, then click on Window, click on Show MIDI Studio, then click on the globe icon, and here you will find your device. Click on the device and click Connect. You don't have to install any other application or even their own TouchOSC application on your computer to connect it. You can connect it through a wire as well, but I found this one to be the most comfortable for me. So you can connect it either through their own TouchOSC app, but it will run in background on your computer. If you want to free it up for more resources, you can connect it the way I did if you're using a Mac. See what I did? I created a sequence of actions to go through all of the connection process smoothly. So it looks like this. You just press Command Alt 0 and it does all the work for you. Just sit back and wait until it's connected. And you're good to go. I'll leave my preset down below for free if you want to check it out. Wow, we've reached the end of this video, but don't worry, the party's not over yet. I mean, have you seen what TouchOSC can do? It's not just a simple app, it's a game changer. And if you thought my custom layout was cool, wait until you see what other creative minds have come up with. Check out the links in the description to see what TouchOSC can do, to see it in action and be amazed. For me, using TouchOSC as a virtual instrument and effects controller has been a real revelation. It's like having all the faders, knobs, and buttons I need right at my fingertips. And it looks pretty darn cool too. And hey, I'm not getting paid to say this. I just had to share my discovery with all of you. So go ahead, try it out for yourself and let me know if it works for you. Leave a link down in the comments and tell me if you've found an interesting, original way to use TouchOSC in your workflow. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day!